You're being recorded. Your towel. All right, we've got the sounds on me. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Three Schooners. My name is Isaac.
My name is David.
And my name is JJ. And boys, it's only been forever, but we're back again. We're absolutely back.
I feel like we start every episode like it's been so long. We're so consistent. So consistent with this. No, when was the last one? Last one was about a month, wasn't it? You say about we said we do one a month.
It was just before Euros, wasn't it? We were like gearing up for Euros. I still had a smile. I wasn't dead inside. You know, just before that.
We'll talk about the Euros later on because as you might imagine, Isaac, I've got a few things to say about it.
I can imagine.
Just a few things.
I thought you might have a few things.
Just a few things. But first, you know what we've got to do.
I do know what we've got to do. We have got to get on the beers. Here we go.
Get on the beers. That's your civic duty. That's what's most important. And that's what must be done. Beers. Get on the beers. And that's what must be done.
Please, theme tune, yeah. Theme tune dance. And I imagine that will probably
I love it when we get a guest on and we do the same thing every time and then the guest's like, what the fuck is doing?
is it meant to be music playing? It's like, it's low budget. It's fine.
No, real cutting edge here.
So we're back from our amazing theme tune. I wish you could have seen us dancing. Before we continue any further, Isaac's taking his jacket off. He's getting very ready.
Does the crystal ball come down out the roof for you when this plays as well?
It does. It's a disco ball for me. It's weird that yours is a crystal.
I'm wealthy these days.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll talk about that later as well then. Before we get started, Isaac, what beer you got?
I was really boring an hour ago and decided to get Heineken Zero. However, since we've started this conversation, I already regret it and wish I had an actual beer.
That's the beer I was drinking just before I went in for my hospital. We did an episode the day before I went into hospital. I drank that.
Here's the thing, Dave. Is it? You're still in hospital. I mean, this is just a dream. Yeah. This is us showing you signs to come out your coma.
David thinks he moved to Queensland. He's actually been in a coma for.
It smells like weed. Why does this smell like weed?
Yeah, I can tell you the reason for that. The hops, someone might correct me on this, but I believe it's the exact same reason that my beloved beer, Desperados, which is fucking sold out everywhere, smells of weed as well. The plant that the hops come from is very closely related to marijuana, very closely.
Yeah, right.
And Heineken actually brew Desperados.
Do they?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Maybe in bed.
That might all be bullshit. I might have made all that up.
Well, I'll accept it as truth because why not?
Yeah, cool. Dave, what you got for me?
What are you doing?
As we do in Northern Queensland, we drink a lot of beers. So I got a beer from Victoria, I think 150 last year.
Cool.
James Squire. So there you go.
What is it that you like about this beer?
I don't know, I'm always drinking bloody Wild Yak or Fat Yak, and I do like 150 lashes. Oh, actually, the place I've just moved into a very swanky apartment. I don't mean to brag, but it's fucking amazing. But they have, it's called Peppers on Blue, and it's actually a 5-star resort on Magnetic Island. It's not a 5-star resort. But
so if anyone would like to rob Dave,
Well, there's a lot of apartments, so you'd have to go knocking door to door. Look for a guy with bleached blonde hair, and then you're on the right
guy that's
track.
still in a coma. It's your dream, Dave.
Well, it wouldn't be hard to steal from. There's the tiptoeing around my bed. Careful not to wake me up. It could be a miracle if you do. But yeah, and they have a bar downstairs, and they have 150 lashes on top. So it wet my whistle. It piqued my interest.
Picked it back up.
Yeah.
All right, JJ, what are you drinking?
He's going to do some shit.
As I previously told you, Desperados are sold out, so I've got a VB. What's his Desperado?
If one good thing came out of COVID, it would have been you not getting Desperados. But even that has failed.
There is no way to stop me, Dave. No way.
That man will cross land, sea, and air to get a desperado.
I feel like a cheers is in order.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas in July, I suppose.
It's Christmas in July, yeah.
It's Boxing Day in July now.
Is it Boxing Day today?
Yeah, that's the thing. Why do people do it in July? Surely 6 months after December is June. So why do they do it in July?
That's actually a valid point.
Yes.
So you've now gotten closer to Christmas again, is what you've done. Fucking Australia. I tell you what, fucked it.
You mean Australia? We don't, right. So here's the thing. Christmas in July, for me, is just a random day in July that you'd celebrate.
Usually the 25th.
But that's the thing. Up until this year, I've never had it on the 25th. Or never done anything 25th related. And then like Ollie and a bunch of other English people I knew were like, yeah, it's the 25th every year. I was like, what?
25th has got a nice ring to it.
I mean,
I'll tell you what else has got a few nice rings to it. The Olympics, right?
Oh, are you doing this amazing thing where you segue it all the time? I don't finish with Christmas in July. I was still wanting to talk about that. But Jay, well, fuck it. Let's move on.
That is a ho-ho-hover now. So we're going to talk about Olympics. Did anyone watch the opening ceremony?
I saw about 3 seconds of some people in a white background kind of do a twirl. And I was like, this is shit.
Apparently it was shit.
It was very odd. Things I discovered. Number one, a lot more countries than I knew there were. How many countries do you think there are?
In the Olympics?
In the whole world?
213.
Go for it, Dave. What do you think?
I have no idea.
195 is the answer, Dave, because I knew you weren't
195 countries in the world?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 195.
Is that including like the people who live on an island who want to be a country? Yeah. People who want to be a country, but...
When do you think the most recent country was created? And I swear to God, I've got nothing in front of me here. This is coming from memory.
Knowing the world today, it was probably created in a district of America who wanted to rebel against the Biden.
He said when, not where.
Yeah, but in the last year or so.
It's his Coma. Let him do what he wants.
Yeah. Wasn't there a section of Chicago where they shut it off and they tried to become their own state?
That's not a country. No. Okay. Isaac, what you got for me?
I mean, are we including people that just fucking decide to change their name out of nowhere, or actual new countries? An actual new country. Oh, I mean, the fact that you're asking this year? No. I swear to God, in front of me, on one screen here, I've got the website doingthedamage.com. It's not what you think it is. It definitely isn't porn. On this screen is a blank screen just with your guys' faces on it. And then this screen is a bigger version of your face. Someone can double check. I won't type in anything. I believe the last country to be created was South Sudan in 2011 on July 9th.
2011, July 9th.
Yeah.
Why do you know this? Are you Googling it?
What was that?
South Sudan, 2011, July 9th.
Yep. You are correct.
Yeah, but that doesn't surprise me because you do trivia in your spare time.
Or you just looked this up 26 ago.
I'll tell you when I looked this up. I did look this up when I watched the opening ceremony. That's quite a few days ago, to be fair. And that is good knowledge retention.
So where is South Sudan?
Just south of North Sudan.
Is it nice there?
Apparently so. It's quite new.
What's the weather like this time of year?
I imagine quite warm.
How do you become a new country?
You send in. You get a
what is the actual process? Like,
you get a box of Frosties, right? You get a little certificate.
You put them around yourself, light them on fire, and then
that's it.
Oh,
smoke shit. Smoke shit.
How is it like we've done so many of these, and I managed to spill the non-alcoholic beer, not the real beer?
Yeah, that's justice right there.
But yeah, watching the opening ceremony, there was
I'm going to need to get a towel. I'll be back.
It's not that exciting. There was one guy that really took Yasmin's fancy, and it was a guy, I believe he was from Tonga or something like that.
That's a
and he was
country.
all oiled up. And he was a very muscly young man, and he was there for a reason.
I don't know.
So basically,
so I'm just using
basically the opposite of you.
Hey, I am a man, first of all, sometimes, unless it's a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I go under the name Bridget. Yep.
Bridget JJ.
Bridget Jones.
I watched it. I haven't had a chance. I didn't get to watch the opening ceremony, but did get a chance to sit down last night and watch a bit of it. And yeah, that was the thing. Like, you see the flag in the corner, you're like, what the fuck is this country? Like, I've never seen that flag before in my life. Yeah. And then also the amount of sports, it's like, so when I think of the Olympics, I think like it comes from a ancient age of like gladiators doing
Greco-Roman.
Yeah, kind of like just glory and stuff like that, real like Roman stuff and all that. And maybe then, but it was like, flip a rock or throw a javelin or something like that. And now it's like table tennis is an Olympic sport. It's like how does, and it's like skateboarding. Skateboarding is now an Olympic sport.
Look up the sports in the Winter Olympics, Isaac, for me. There's one, and you'll see a picture of it, and I can only describe it as jet skiing on snow, but instead of a jet ski, you've got a cowboy. You'll see
what? What is it called?
Just type in Winter Olympics and it's sports, and it will come up. I'll type it in as well. It's got some weird name.
I was watching one last night, and I was just flicking through because I have the Channel 7 app, and I was flicking through.
You really are bougie.
I know. I've really moved up in the world, and I was watching it, and there was like water polo. I clicked on water polo. I was like, how the fuck is this a sport? It's just a load of fellas wearing those swimming caps in the pool, just throwing a ball to each other. It's just like, it's like someone went down to the beach with a beach ball, and they were like, oh, we can make a proper sport of this. And now it's in the Olympics. It's the shittest sport ever. Judo as well. Didn't really take to judo. It was just two fellas trying to grab each other's shirt. And then,
don't you watch UFC every like 3 weeks?
Not really. No, okay, I'm not into UFC. But speaking of UFC, there was a big fight recently? Conor McGregor. I saw a picture. Well, he broke his. Yeah. I saw that picture of his ankle where it's like just.
It was bent. Not nice. It was not nice.
Bent the other way.
It's not meant to go like that.
No,
it's not meant to bend that way.
Something wrong with your ankle, mate.
I know that we said we'd talk about it later on, but we all went out for the McGregor fight.
Yeah, thanks.
And that was the day before. You're in a coma, so you couldn't come. We went out for the McGregor fight on the Sunday at midday, and we didn't stop going until the Euros had finished at 1 p.m. on the Monday. So a 25-hour stint of just constant drinking. I did go to sleep at one point I had to go to sleep because I was DJing at the Euros. I couldn't sleep though, that's the thing, Dave. So what I did is I got myself 3 double vodkas and I just drank them as quickly as I could, then lay down to sleep. And I woke up more drunk than when I started.
Sleep is the enemy. When you're drinking, if you go to sleep, that's the worst mistake you can make because you're either going to wake up just in a different world and realm, or you're going to wake up hungover. Sleep is down. As soon as you go to sleep, that's where shit goes wrong. Man,
I swear to God, it's toxic. Talking about that, Britney Spears, Dave, that's something that you wanted to speak about.
Well, it's just a bit interesting, isn't it? It's just like she's this. I'm no mad Britney Spears fan, but it's just
you're an absolute liar. Every time I come up to you, you're like, JJ, just hit me one more time.
You just open my wardrobe, there it is, all posters of Britney Spears. So you can't see it, don't look it. Well, it's just a bit mad. How old Britney Spears now? She's
in her 30s.
Oh, well past that. 40, surely.
No, she's not that much older.
Wait, I'll look up. You guys guess.
And she has no control. I reckon she's 42. 42.
I reckon she's close to Ash's age. So
704.
No, I reckon she's 38.
39.
I said 42.
What age is Ash? Like, for real. I know that we're on a podcast right now.
36.
For those listening, that's Ashley Nichols, one of our past guests, who is basically the modern Del boy. He was on an earlier episode.
If you're looking for a caravan, your boy, he can get you any caravan, any colour. He will paint it himself.
He can make the most normal purchase dodgy.
Yeah, 100%.
It could be something simple like, I don't know, buying a train ticket or something, and it'll become dodgy.
He like, oh no, I know a guy. I just don't wire in the money, but it's got to be through this account. And then, what do you mean? It's a train ticket. Just buy a train ticket.
And I can drop off the ticket in 5 days. Yeah, but I'm getting on the train now.
Yeah, but if you buy it in Northern Territory, it's cheaper. So
yeah,
in Victoria, I need to get the train ticket to get there.
So it makes sense, doesn't it? No, it doesn't make sense, Ash. Not one bit of it makes sense. I do miss Ash. How is he getting on? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's doing bits. Always doing bits.
Always doing things. Always up to something.
Yeah.
Always up. He's the world's most busiest man, and he doesn't actually do a lot.
And he's unemployed.
And he's for unemployed man. I've never seen anyone so busy. So yeah, Ashley Nichols, what a guy. But so Britney Spears,
right? I've got a theory. Okay. Can I real quickly?
Is it she died and she's
in a coma this whole time?
More signals, Dave. More signals. Wake up! We missed you.
You know how?
Did you ever see Ashes to Ashes? And that was all about that. Spoiler
Ashes to Ashes.
Yeah, so that was a good TV show.
It was a good TV show.
I'm one episode away from finishing Line of Duty. 10 out of 10 so far.
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's very good.
I don't know any of those shows. Are these English things?
Hey.
No, Line of Duty is on Netflix.
Anyway, so Britney Spears.
Go on.
So Britney Spears, she's got this whole fucking, what's the term called with the people?
The censorship or something?
Yeah, what do they call it? Custodian?
Custodian.
Whatever, right? She's got them because they think she's batshit, right? I think the exact same thing was going to happen to Michael Jackson, and he faked his own death.
Do you reckon he's living on an island somewhere?
Well, if he didn't, then he would have been told that he's a nutter, and he would have had the exact same thing that's happening to Britney Spears happen to him, regardless of how much money he has. So
he was crazy. He was crazy. I don't think Britney Spears is crazy.
Well, how do you know that? Maybe it's just
a bit overprotected.
I think it's crazy how a 39-year-old can't decide their own life.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely.
That's pretty.
That shit. It's nuts.
I know. She's not been
from something that happened. When did she shave her head? When did she lose the plot? It was like 10 years ago now. That was it or something. It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be some sort of.
Yeah.
There's got to be some point where you're like, yeah, they're probably not crazy anymore. Like you don't just stay crazy for the rest of your life unless. You're Isaac or something, but
hello.
Yeah, like every time that she's in the media, though, I'm like, could you please just give me more? Sometimes, I feel like she's just born to make me happy.
The life she's living, it would make you go more crazy.
I've literally just been sitting saying Britney Spears songs. No one's been saying.
Just got the discography up.
Just like you drive me crazy. Women are toxic. Piece of me. Lucky every time. Don't let me be the last and overprotected. Guys, come on. Just.
I think that would have landed better if we were Britney Spears fans, but we don't even know the name. Someone out there that's like overwatching it.
Do we reckon we have many Britney Spears fans listeners? I don't think we have any listeners.
If we do have any listeners, it'll be an absolute marvel. On that note, Dave, you want to speak about Loki and all that, don't you?
Marvel. Anyway, free Britney Spears. Marvel as a company. Disney's just, Disney's really...
Disney's a company. You're quite right, Dave. Yep.
Disney's taken over the world secretly through media. Yeah.
There's no secret about it. Like, they own everything.
Well, if you are, I'm a massive Marvel nerd. I won't I won't lie. I'm through and through obsessed with Marvel and what's happening with Marvel at the minute with all the little series and stuff like that is absolutely astounding. And like, I don't know. Do we do spoilers?
No spoilers.
No spoilers. None.
Why have you watched it?
Absolutely. I had an epiphany a couple nights ago.
Right. Okay. I think we should talk about it, but we'll do a spoiler alert now.
No.
We will talk about it after this.
Well, no, because it's good because people who have watched it can hear our theories on it. So then what I could do is review it and go, hey, stop listening and then I could figure out how long we talk about it and then go, you can start listening again after so many minutes. There you go. Let's talk about it. We're talking about it. I've decided.
Okay, Dave's decided that's what we're doing.
I've decided. So
right, but we've got
if you are listening,
3 minutes, go.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Wait. Spoiler alert. We're about to start talking about it. And 3, 2, and Dave's about to tell you when you can skip to now. Hi guys, JJ here. You can probably skip forward to about the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Kang the Conqueror coming in. He's makes the last 10 years of Marvel bad guy, i.e. Thanos, look like an absolute joke.
He also just makes everything we know irrelevant.
Yeah. Which is crazy, which just puts him on another power scale, like how everything that has happened, he's allowed to happen. Which I find mind-blowing, to be honest. I think it's really good storytelling from Marvel.
I'm surprised they skipped so many other potential villains. They went straight from normal villains that want to destroy the universe to a villain that's above and beyond the universe with nothing in between. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think this phase 4, phase 5, 6, 7, how long will it go on? But eventually people will get fed up with it. So I feel like you've got to tell big story moments while you still can.
Yeah, I'm quite worried.
Kang's a pretty big story moment.
Yeah.
I'm quite worried that now that, our core guys are away, Steve Rogers is gone, Tony Stark's gone. Spoiler alert, guys, sorry.
Well, you did the spoiler warning.
Yeah, so now that they're gone, I think a lot of people lose interest, especially with Falcon becoming Captain America. There's going to be a new Falcon in his place. You're going to get so here's a weird one. So do you remember Iron Man 2, I believe it was, where Iron Man 3 was it, where he went and helped the little kid? Do you remember that one?
Yeah. The kid was at the funeral. The kid was at the funeral.
The kid was at the funeral, but also the kid is a version of Kang.
Is that Iron Lad? Iron Lad?
He's Iron Lad, yeah.
But isn't Kang part of the 31st century?
Yeah, but the story of Kang is Kang is actually in the comics. Kang is a descendant of. Is it Nathan? No, he's called Nathaniel Richards. Who's Mr. Fantastic, the one who was dead stretchy. So he's a descendant of him, and then he figures out how to do time travel and all that, and then he starts meeting his other variants in other dimensions. But in the comics, Kang had so many different variants, and he went back and he lived in the Egypt era. He was a pharaoh, and then he also one of his variants became Iron Lad, which was like a kind of spin-off of Iron Man. One of the variants became in the MCU, one of the variants becomes He Who Remains. One of the variants became trying to remember them now. He's got a lot of versions of himself, but I think when I watched Loki, the final episode, it literally blew my mind.
Have you seen the video of WandaVision and Loki syncing up?
No.
I read the headline. I didn't actually watch it.
What do you mean?
If you watch the last episode of WandaVision, just as Wanda becomes Scarlet Witch, if you play both the episodes at the exact same time, the moment where Kang goes, and this is the end, I don't know anything, something's changed now, where he drops the pencil, that's the exact moment that Wanda becomes Scarlet Witch. And it just sinks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about Disney is, and with Marvel, is their storytelling is, I'd say we can stop talking about spoilers now. We'll talk in code, because I want to talk about how good they
Good.
are.
Yeah,
at
let's do that.
storytelling.
We don't wanna...
So spoiler. If you listen, spoilers over now. We're not going to do it again. So we'll wait. I'll work out how long that.
Everyone dies at the end.
Dave's
Dave, you're still in a coma.
Everyone dies. Dave's the last man alive on planet Earth. Oh, yes. I'd love that, you know. No, I wouldn't.
I'm telling Elise you said that.
That sounds horrendous. Last person alive on Earth.
You ever watched that TV show?
I wouldn't have to do customer service anymore. It'd be great.
You'd have to do self-service.
Yeah, baby.
He's talking about sex.
Yeah. But I can't say giggity goo too loud.
Can't say what?
I can't say it anyway. Otherwise, the ravenous cannibals will find me. So, but yeah, I think the storytelling of Disney and Marvel is pretty fucking top notch. Although there wasn't too, I'm one of these people with Marvel where they could produce something shit and I'll be like, no, it's still good, man. It's still good. Yeah. But I watched Black Widow recently and I still think it was good, but
I love Black Widow as a character. I think she's great. Did not enjoy that movie at all.
No, although her sister was really good at fighting.
Yes, that's what you liked about her. Her fighting.
She's Australian now, isn't she? What? She's became the new, the girl who plays Yelena.
I thought she was English.
Australian. No, she's Australian.
But what I do like about Marvel is the way that they're putting all these movies together in like one big mashup. Talking of mashups, Dave, you recently went to see Mashd'n'Kutcher, didn't you? I
did. Shout out to the boys.
For those that don't know, they make our theme song, of course.
Yeah, they do. And they became very, very famous. They're about to do a gig in Brisbane, I think. Just out.
They've done it the weekend?
Was it the weekend?
Yeah.
Was it just this weekend? Yeah. I forget what day it is. I had a great time. The boys did a gig in Townsville, which is just across the water from me. It's about a 20-minute ferry ride. And I spoke to Matt and he said he's coming up and he was like, would you and your partner like to attend the gig? And it was one of the greatest nights ever. It was fucking fantastic. They were very good hosts. We went for dinner with them. That was very nice. And yeah, it was just a great chat. And then we went backstage and I've never felt more like a rock star in my life.
How drunk did you get?
I got so steaming. There was a bit where we got backstage and there was this lovely girl and she was like, oh, okay. So
I'm telling Elise.
Elise was there. And she was well done, well done. Well played. And the girl was like, so if you need any drinks or whatever, just let us know. Well, I was like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. And she was like, no, I'll do it for you or whatever. And there was like this giant bottle of Grey Goose. And then she was like, you need to top up, just let me know. I was like, no, honestly, you don't have to. Just chill out. I'm not that privileged or whatever. Next minute, I'm just pouring like quadruple vodkas of Grey Goose with like dash of apple juice. I was like, super. I was so blind. And they're like, I really need to go to the toilet. And I got like escorted to the toilet. That was pretty cool. And then there was one bit where I lost the bouncer and I was coming back to the VIP bit or the backstage bit and they wouldn't let me in. One of them wouldn't let me in. And then they were like, I was like, no, I'm with the band. And then they like had to radio through. And then they were like, we got this guy trying to get in and all that. And the person was being a bit shitty with me. And then like I got let in and I was like, yeah, thank you. I'm with the band.
Guys, sorry, I thought
it was amazing. It was amazing. And they were, sorry, I was talking about my experience, but watching them play and do what they do.
Because they're not just DJs. They're like, Adam is a phenomenal drummer, like unbelievably good drummer.
Fantastic.
And Matt is a classically trained pianist.
And he got the piano keyboard thing out, the guitar, the piano.
The light up one?
Yeah, it's so fucking cool.
Sick.
So cool. Yeah.
They're really honestly.
And he's just there playing it, and it's just like, I like that. I love the song they've just done. And honestly, if you've not listened to Mashd'n'Kutcher, you should really go check them out. But I love the song they've just done. It's kind of like AC/DC. and it's like mixed, and he goes, I just want to dance. Dan. Oh, so good.
Yeah,
when they
really
played
good.
that, I lost my shit.
If you ever go see the boys, if you go up to them and say that you're a part of the Three Schooners fan club, they will do absolutely nothing.
I really thought you were mounting up to something then.
Yeah, good for you, mate. Good for you. Don't even know who the Three Schooners are.
That would be like the three.
The disabled Scottish boy and his friends. Right. Yep. Like that. Yep.
That podcast thing that I was too pissed that I remember doing. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I thought we got rid of them. They're still around. Damn it.
Yeah. But
no, it was very, very, very good. And I would love to go see another gig of theirs. But they were telling me, like, even they're having a hard time. You're getting like, they were saying, like, just try and do gigs and everything is a fucking nightmare these days.
What we'll do is that the next time that they're playing near you, man, we'll get that locked down for you. Lockdown.
Yeah, you can't use those words anymore.
Because I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about the Euros. Because yes, we do have to. For those of you that don't know, there is a football tournament. We would call it, me and Dave, but Isaac would call it a soccer tournament because he's incorrect. And it's called the Euros, and it's all the teams in Europe going to a tournament. And best team wins. That's how sports usually work. It's magical, but that's it. And this year, Scotland, after 27 or 23 years or something like that, finally got into the tournament. And we played. We scored 1 goal throughout the whole tournament. We earned 1 point. But magically, what we did do is we won 0-0 against England, and that was really nice.
And honestly, that you celebrated like you won the fucking Euros.
Yes, we did. We're a bad team. We know we're a bad team. We're just happy to be outside. That is all that we wanted to do is just have a good laugh.
It was fantastic from
but that fucking shitey English team.
Firstly, before we get on to the majestic English team, what was the thing? Yes, sir, I can boogie. Where I saw everywhere. What's that?
Oh yeah. So there was just a video. I believe this is where it came from of when we qualified. The news channel went into the Scotland changing room, and they just by chance that song happened to be on, I believe, and they were all just dancing away to it. So it just became a thing. That was it.
It became the national.
I just didn't hear this at all. I've
not heard the song.
You never heard the song?
I don't know.
Yes,
sir, I can boogie, but I need a certain song.
Oh, yeah. Boogie.
Yeah.
Boogie.
That's a great song. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm with you.
Same Scottish, though, is it?
No,
Scottish.
It's actually Spanish. No, it's coming home. It's coming home. Did it come home, Dave? Or did it go to fucking Rome, Dave? Did it go to Rome? Because it fucking did. The best thing about this whole tournament.
Such a heartbreaking moment for me.
It was the best thing that could have possibly happened for me. It is exactly what I wanted it to happen. So for those that don't know, Base, Red Eye, where Dave used to work, where JJ DJs and where I work, we played every English match of the Euros. And for a bar that's not doing well in the middle of a pandemic because it relies on backpackers, having a bunch of drunk English people every night till stupid o'clock was very financially viable. It was great. So for the fact that England made it all the way to the finals was good for me. But then the fact that they lost was also great for the pain that I had to endure for the month of dealing with you dumb, drunk pricks. And that's directed at you, Dave, because you're English.
Yeah, I know. Fuck you, Dave. Get your Coma.
I don't agree with. I'm probably going.
He actually got bottled at the Euro final. That's why he's in a coma.
I won't lie. The way I see English people, not all English people, but how I see some English people behave is...
Well, we didn't really have any trouble at Red Eye apart from one table getting snapped. But other than that...
Yeah.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a fight or anything.
No,
we do. There's people celebrating.
We do. I was having this conversation the other day, but I believe that we do let ourselves down quite a lot, the English. Like there was a time would it probably be like the war or before the war, like 1800s or whatever. And it was like the English.
Which war?
I don't know.
That's such a just big time period. Yeah.
1940 and before then and all that. The English was seen like the English gentleman was the sought after kind of, they would hold doors open for ladies and, they were sought after class type. That was respectable. Now we just call everyone slags and break tables.
Shit teeth and bum bags. That's you now.
Yeah. It's just like we really lost our way.
Honestly, like some of the songs that you guys were singing, like fucking Atomic Kitten, Whole Again. Southgate, you're the one. You still turn me on. Really weird song to sing for a bunch of homophobes, I'll be honest with you.
It's just, I don't like this, how we've become this yobbish laddie.
Did you see the videos of Wembley and all the people fighting and stuff? That was disgusting.
And that was absolutely fucked. And
but at the same time, like Red Eye, no trouble. I have to say that was fucking amazing.
The best part was probably seeing a bunch of grown men cry, though. That was very entertaining.
So it's heartbreaking.
Very close.
It's
so for a behind the scenes, you go, Div,
yeah, because I remember obviously the
World Cup.
Euros. It was the World Cup, and the Euros '98 was it? World Cup '98. Euros.
World Cup '98.
But we lost France. On penalties there, and that was Southgate. Was this? No, it was Neville.
Yeah, it was.
Was it Southgate who missed the penalty?
Yeah.
So if he had won, the Euros just gone, that would have been, God knows how many years in the making, of redemption. But it wasn't to be.
So I'd taken the day off work because obviously I was going to be in no state from drinking from 12 o'clock the day before, and I was going to DJ the after party at base. But to do that, I had to, there's a screen at base and the decks are behind it. So I couldn't watch the penalties. So what I had to do is I had to get it up on my phone to watch it. Shout out to a good friend of mine who let me borrow their Optus account. And my stream was 30 seconds ahead of everyone in the bar. So I'm sitting behind the decks, getting all the music ready. And I've 30 seconds before they know they've lost, I am losing my fucking shit behind the screen, like just going, yes! So much so that the bouncers come over to me and they're like, are you okay? Are you having a stroke? What is going on here? Is everything all right? And I was like, it's about to not be. You better go out there first. So the game finishes and I'm just standing there and Isaac comes over to me and I'm like, what the fuck do I play to a room of like 250 crying English guys? Super Mario theme tune is not the answer, just so you know.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. It's like the whole room's gutted. You're behind the screen. The screen. The screen. As the screen raises, and there's JJ with the biggest smile on his face.
Scottish national anthem.
It was great though. Like that party went on till 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's the bit I don't get. We just lost. Room full of dead. Like that's recipe for disaster, but somehow you just kept going for another.
I honestly think it was better. I think it was better that they lost, to be entirely honest.
Well, who's phoning who? Who's getting a phone call?
Someone's trying to call me. I'm going to...
Mr.
Yeah, like, it was so cool. The best part of the night, I was trying to give like... is Ash phoning? Are we going to answer it? Are we going to answer it?
Yeah, sure.
Answer. Put it on loudspeaker.
Oh, I missed it.
You should probably try to sell you a train ticket.
That's us phoning Dave to get out his coma. The best part of the night was like I was trying to keep this cool day spa kind of breakfast club vibe with all this tech house stuff. I just threw on Mambo No. 5 by Lou Bega and everyone lost their shit. So I played Living La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. More people lost their shit.
Yeah,
doesn't matter how cool you are.
They'll get the English every time. They just love that cheesy crap.
Sing along cheese. That's my favorite.
Cheese. They love it.
But I'm happy that we're talking about music just now because this week I've been working really hard on music because we are in lockdown, unfortunately. And I've just been sitting pressing some buttons. Well, you're not. You can fuck off, Dave. You're in a coma. That's the biggest lockdown.
No, it's not great. What's this? Lockdown number 5?
5.
Yeah.
Lockdown number 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is lockdown number 5.
So when do you get out?
Quick question. The guy that sings that, Lou Bega, where's he from?
There you go.
He's from
Mexico.
South Sudan.
You ready? Germany. He's a German guy.
What?
Yeah.
Alex.
There you go. Fun facts with JJ.
Well, he had me convinced.
Yeah, so I've been making some tunes. I've been really enjoying it. Got myself a new set of headphones, which I fucking hate. They're meant to be these amazing production headphones, Bear Dynamic DT770s. Hate them. They are the most flat sounding horrible things I've ever worn, but I need to get used to them to be cool.
I remember when you showed me what goes into producing music, and it looks like some algebra formula with bars and stuff like that, and it's just crazy. It's a lot of information. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of things you can't do if you don't have a fucking clue what you're doing. It's full on. It's there's a lot to it. But the song you sent over to me the other day, I thought I won't go into it, but I think it was very good, mate.
Thank you very much.
I think you're on.
I actually got a request from one of our close friends today, Mr. Glenn, who I've forgotten the last name of, Richardson.
Richard. I actually don't know his surname.
Hooker or Reese Schilling?
Oh, is
Reese
that actually
Schilling.
Glenn's last name?
Yeah.
I'll call him Glenjamin. So Glenjamin messaged me, and he's written a song that he wants me to help him with. So that's cool.
Oh, really?
That's lovely.
Jack is writing some songs as well. He's got some songs that he's made some vocals of in the last week or so.
Nice.
Make a little production house going.
Yeah, I could get that going. Yeah, we've always got ideas going. Get Ash involved, and somehow I don't know.
You're on to a winner, baby.
Selling t-shirts in Thailand.
Yeah. You could have been something, but now you're selling t-shirts in Thailand.
Let's cut off the music stuff there.
That is crazy. It's just like how you guys are in lockdown, and like you're looking at England now and they're fully vaccinated and just don't give a fuck.
Thanks for reminding us, Dave.
Yeah, Scotland are still kind of in lockdown.
I had my vaccination the other day.
Did you?
I had my first jab. So I got
How's
Pfizer.
When did you get
reception?
Pfizer.
Talk about that. You do actually want to talk about that. That was a great segue, I think.
But I wasn't ready for that segue.
Well, you got to roll with the punches, mate.
I got it. I'm yet to have my second jab. The first day, it felt like someone had punched me in the arm, and like I couldn't lift my arm for 2 days.
Did you get Pfizer?
I got Pfizer, yeah. I felt a little bit lethargic the first night, but I have been working a lot, so it was probably that. But I get the second one next week or the week after. And then apparently with the Pfizer, the second one is meant to, what I've been told is that you don't really feel the first one. And then the second jab, you feel really ill after it. Where with AstraZeneca, the first jab, you feel really ill. And then the second one, you don't feel that ill. But I don't know how true that is.
You get blood clots and die.
And I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I do fully believe you should get the vaccine. That's my personal belief. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But yeah, it's not that bad. It's not bad at all.
I'm actually at this stage. I'm embarrassed because we had protests this week here.
Yeah, I saw that. Wasn't great.
A lot of people that I know were at them and posting up these things, and it was unfortunately there's quite a lot of DJs that I DJ with, which to me these are the guys who aren't making any money just now because obviously they're locked down, and I get their anger and frustration.
Which you could get that. Yeah, you could get with that.
Absolutely understand that. I think that it's just like the sheer case of no, people are just run down now. We're caring about this, and it's just that they just don't know what to do. But I seen I won't name who the guy is, but he posted up saying that he now works with people who is called long COVID now. Like if you've had COVID and it affects you for a certain amount of time. It's called long COVID. And these are people in their 30s and 40s that were perfectly healthy that now cannot go and walk a dog because of how it affects them. And I think people are just looking at deaths. That's not all it is, man. It's people have got long-term effects from this.
Well, my brother-in-law, Steve, if you're listening, he doesn't listen. He's just got COVID back in England and he's fully vaccinated. He did a big post on Instagram the other day, and Steve owns a business. I won't go into details or anything, but Steve owns a business and he has employees under him, and he made all this. He got tested positive, was fully vaccinated, and he still felt like shit. And a lot of people who are close to him, including my mum, are high risk. And he's like, it would just kill them. It would kill them. And it is a very real thing. And I think the media has portrayed it or certain outlets, social media outlets, what you see on social media has led people to believe that it's not actually a real thing. And if you're fully vaccinated, that's it. You're
but all the vaccine is for is just to improve your chances of being okay if you do get it. That's the point of the vaccine.
Yeah, where people are starting to think that it'll make them bulletproof, and it's not actually the
I've seen a fantastic guy explaining how the statistics work when it comes to deaths from COVID. And people often go, how many people, what's the population of the country and how many people have died because of it? And it's the totally wrong way to go about it. And I didn't realize this either. You don't do that. What you do is you take the amount of people that have had COVID, not the population, because that's a very fucking different number. Mm-hmm. And then you work out how many people have died from it. Very different thing in Australia compared to everywhere else. Not many people have had it here.
Yeah. And we've had 600 deaths?
So
917, I think we're up to now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Australia haven't handled it the best. Like, the rollout has been pretty poor here for whatever reason. There's so many different theories. Where I was, there was a girl who came to Magnetic Island. She had COVID, had symptoms, and then tested positive, and then the whole area went into a 3-day lockdown, and then came out of that, and then we had 2 weeks of restrictions. But it was funny, like, that it wasn't available, and then all of a sudden it became available after she had visited the island. That's why I've been eligible to get it. Yeah. I feel better for getting it. I'm waiting for the moment from Kingsman where they press the button and everyone starts going crazy and murdering each other because you've been injected.
That's the new version of that's coming out soon. The Kingsman.
I've been waiting for that for ages.
When is that? November or something?
August? Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
But let's cut to the chase here, Dave, and talk about your barbering.
It's going well, man. It's going well. Well, we were talking about that because you were saying about your beard. I cut my first beard. So cutting your own beard it's not hard. But
I like when you cut your beard. I like when you grow all your stubble in. It's a little bit long. I think you look quite lovely.
Thank you, mate. Love you too.
You're also the Coma guy.
But when cutting someone else's hair is very, very nerve-wracking because it's a big thing. If you
don't want to fuck it up, it's permanent, right? Like, well, not permanent, but like permanent. It takes
it takes a long time to fix, and it can really affect someone's confidence. And it's so like since I've started doing it, when I used to go to get my hair cut and like they didn't do a good job, I'd be like, they fucked it up. It's crap. It's like, I don't know how it's so crap. Oh, that's it. I look like an egg or something like that. And you lose your confidence. And or some people might brush it off, but for me, it was like a big thing.
You look like an egg. That's such a specific...
You look like a pineapple or something.
You've actually had that thought.
But then when you're actually doing it, cutting someone's hair is pretty fucking technical. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of science to it. There's a lot of angles, and I fully actually doing it myself. I fully respect like work that barbers do. It's not easy. But yeah, it's very satisfying. Very
We've
satisfying.
all seen that one mate at a party who's got the clippers out. Right, who wants a haircut? And it never goes well.
Well, I think that happened a lot in lockdown, didn't it? It was just all
Absolutely
dodgy haircuts. And
that's base. There's always a new person that thinks they can do haircuts and just ruins it, and then gets drunk and gets rid of someone's eyebrow.
Mate, do you know what? Do you know what's crazy? Is like the equipment's quite expensive. I bought a pair of scissors and they're like $300, but honestly, they're like samurai swords. They could cut through. They're like, it's crazy. But like some of the equipment you get that goes into it just really changes it. And I think you were saying, what was the equipment you wanted to get? What was it again? JJ?
Oh, the Manscaped, because I want a Manscaped, but down at my nether regions.
I really want to get one of them.
You want to drive over the mountains without getting stuck in a ditch.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. Because every guy knows we've all went for a little trim and a little bit of skin has got caught in that little.
Yeah, it's not great.
And it's nicked it and it starts dripping and bleeding out, then your balls fall out through the hole.
You have to pick them back up, put them back in there.
Stuff them back in.
You have to super glue them back together. Yeah. And then I've got to explain to Yasmin that I've not had another fight with a small rodent. That was one time, and I won't ever do it again. Is that the Last Supper painting beside you?
Yes, it is.
Is that the original?
Yeah. Mary Magdalene's initials are in the background.
I find it crazy though. It's like when I started getting into like that, I was like, right, I'm gonna go downtown and give it a little bit of a trim. It's terrifying taking the electric razor down there. Sorry if you're a lady listening to this. Sorry about that.
Imagine ladies must be much worse. There's so many more folds.
Sticky paper or fucking lasers or fucking all kinds.
Have you ever used hair removal cream? That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it stinks. Absolutely stinks.
I used to use it on my
when
butt.
you put it on.
Just put it on my bum.
Did it work well?
Yeah. Oh, man. So here's something I discovered with doing that, right? So, I'm really sorry if my parents or Yasmin's parents are ever going to hear this. I used to go and cover myself in hair removal cream around that whole area of my bum and put it between the cheeks and stuff. And then just walk about my house.
Honey, I'm ready.
You can't sit down. And then wash it all off and it all falls out. Cool, great, fantastic. What I discovered though.
Does it sting?
No, it doesn't sting. It's actually like probably the best way to do it. But here's the problem. I don't know if you know how a diffuser works on a car or like a Formula One car or something like that. It makes air, it diffuses air essentially and makes it like.
Where this is going.
So if you've got a hairy arse and you fart, the hair diffuses the sound. It goes, goes like that, right? That's why we've got hair around microphones and things like that. So when you veet your arse, like you used hair removal cream in your arse and you fart, it's just. And you can't.
There's no hiding it.
There's no hiding it. It doesn't matter if you're in work. It's just. Then you just need to sit there and go. I put hair removal cream in my ass, mate. I'm really sorry.
You have to wear a little name badge that just says, sorry, I beat last night.
I've just beaten.
Loud as hell.
The Manscaped, what's it up to now? 3? Is it 3? 4?
4.
Well, I think if anyone wants to, share this with Manscaped, and once we will happily do a trial. We'll even do a shave live on the air if that's what people want.
I don't think anyone wants that.
I love the advert I saw. It was like, maybe you want to get a Manscaped for that partner who's just got a little bit lazy during lockdown. It's just like the fellas in lockdown just let the pubes grow. Yeah.
I remember seeing adverts for it for the 3, and I really wanted the 3. And all the posts under it were just, I can't buy it. It's sold out. It's sold out. It's sold out. It's sold out.
Oh, so it's like a PS5.
Man, you still can't get one of them.
You still can't get a PS5. That's the biggest mistake I ever made.
My mate Ruben has one, and I'm like, mate, sell it for like $1,000.
As if they're that in needs, like they're that wanted still.
Yeah, I had one pre-ordered, and then I thought, and I was ordering the new iPhone.
I know I convinced you to do
it. Yeah, and I got Elise a Christmas present, and then I was like, maybe I'm just getting a bit carried away with my spending it because I'd just done that clinical trial.
You were using clinical trial money for PlayStations.
I heard about a guy today. that done a clinical trial for 30 days and got 14 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the ones I looked at was 30 days and it was 10 grand. Yeah. It's a lot of money, man. A lot of money. But those ones
does it get taxed?
No,
Is that in your bank?
Tax-free.
Doesn't get taxed. Fuck.
I know.
I'm taking a month off work.
Yeah, I know, right? Or just work from the hospital.
Oh,
there was people.
Money.
There was people in there that were going from study to study. They're quite hard to get onto, but they were going from study to study, and they would just have a great time. They do a study, get paid, go out, not work, just live a nice little life, ration their money they've earned, go back, do another one, build up. It's a great way to quickly save.
I know some backpackers that do that, and they'll stay in a hostel, then clinical trial. They'll do a clinical trial at the start and the end of every time they come to a city to live, so they're never paying for a lease longer than they need to.
Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, and then they just get money.
Well, then,
have you been paying for a lease longer than you need to?
What's that?
You've been paying for a lease longer than you need to.
Yeah, probably.
I love wordplay. It's all fun.
I can't return. I know.
How long has it been now? How long have you been together?
Too long.
That was your chance to save it. That was it.
No, great. 3 years. 3 years now.
I'm 6 years this year.
6 years.
Isaac, how's your wife?
What?
Oh,
Angela. I call her my Spanish wife. And
Spanish wife.
Isaac gets jealous.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Isaac in a relationship, that is.
It's not. I'm not. Right. This needs to.
There we go. There we go.
Anyway, let's continue with what we're talking about.
All my bullet points are done now, mate. Like this is free time at the end.
Free time.
Do you want to hear something fun that I learned today?
Absolutely.
So you know Jeff Bezos and who's the other cunt that just launched himself into space?
Mr. Virgin.
Richard Branson.
Yes.
How they were technically astronauts. Well, the FAA changed the limit for how high you need to go to be an astronaut now.
Oh, really?
And they're not astronauts anymore.
Oh, that is so good.
They were astronauts for like a week each. That is amazing. I love that.
That's absolute justice.
I love that so much.
They should have had like a fight in space. And Star Wars.
So they've done it. They've gone off to space, and
not according to the FAA. You got to be 50 miles above the ground now.
What?
Before you're an astronaut.
Oh, okay.
They don't go
50
that high.
miles.
Yeah.
How high do they? What? Hang on, I'm confused. How long does it take you to get to space?
It's so much closer than you think. I think this is a weird fun fact that I know as well, is that the distance from the Earth to space is the same as, is a longer distance from LA to San Francisco than what it is LA.
Oh, LA.
Yeah, the place LA.
I thought you were saying early as in like that place in Australia. LA.
LA to San Francisco than what it is from the ground to space. So it's a longer distance to go between LA and San Francisco.
That's crazy. Because what was it?
I'll look this up though. Let me make sure I'm right.
Felix.
What was JJ's fun facts? They don't need to be right.
Yeah, they're never right.
They're said with confidence, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, so space is 62 miles away. LA.
No, that's crazy.
To San Francisco is. Oh, yeah, it's much longer from LA to San Francisco. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's LA to San Diego.
So it takes 60 miles to get to space, and then that's what? You're past the atmosphere, that's it. You don't have a suit, you're dead. Yeah,
so LA to San Diego is twice the distance as it is from the Earth to space, which is 100. So it's 120 miles from LA to San Diego.
That's pretty crazy.
Or Glasgow to Edinburgh. There's a better one for anyone listening that knows Glasgow to Edinburgh. That's 60 miles. That's the same distance to space. It takes an hour to drive. It's not that far.
So it takes you an hour to get to space, not base.
Yeah, not base. Well, for me, it depends how quickly I walk, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you ever see, what's his name? Felix Babantum or something like that? He was the guy.
Felix Baumgartner, absolute hero.
He jumped from just the layer below space.
Oh, yeah, that was nuts.
Mate, he was the coolest guy ever as he's about to step off the jump. He's like, I'm going home.
Do you know the full story behind it, though? Do you know that he passed out during the fall?
Yeah, because they couldn't hear from him, could they?
So he started spinning and couldn't control it because there's no way to do that once you're falling through nothing, and span so much that he passed out and woke up still falling.
Jesus. At terminal velocity.
Yeah. But no. Another fun fact about him, he was the first human to ever go past the speed of sound without any form of propulsion.
What, on that jump?
Yep. I think he went
past the seat. What was that? He was probably unconscious. He was probably in a coma at that point. But I wonder what that feels like. Not great, I imagine.
I've just been sent a thing, and I need to say this in the podcast in case he ever listens to it. My friend Robert, he was meant to give me a call at some point today, and he said it was really important, and he never did phone me. And I've just seen a picture of he got married.
Oh, congratulations,
Robert!
Well done, Robert.
Congratulations, mate. So what? He's actually had the wedding.
Yeah, he's had the wedding.
Oh,
it's an Australian girl, actually. She's from Newcastle.
He could have invited you, eh?
Yeah. He did actually invite me to the wedding, but it was meant to be last year. So congrats, Robert. I just would like to say, Robert, if you are listening, I remember when you were in that TK Maxx advert, and I remember when you created a small gay following and they were asking your details, and I did leave a comment with your phone number on the YouTube video. So that was all me. I'm really sorry about that, but also not sorry at all. That was hilarious. Happy wedding.
Confessions with JJ. Anything you'd like to confess, Isaac?
Who's your lady friend then?
Right, what's going on here? Hello.
Well, that was. I think
that's lovely. So is that us at the end of the day now?
I think. My name's Isaac. That's a goodbye
you don't get off that easy.
I love that. It's so good.
Do you remember in the podcast when he was like, always like, oh, I just want a girlfriend. Now he's got a girlfriend.
When did I ever say, what are you talking about?
You used to message us every day going, oh, I love a little Spanish girl. I really like it if her name was Angela.
Oh, that's the first time we've had someone walk off.
That was amazing.
I broke my headphones in the process.
Problem. Just make a noise for us, Isaac, so we can see it.
That's what you get. That's what you get for. That's what you get for fighting love. That's what you get.
That's amazing. Right, well, it's goodbye from me.
Oh, they work again.
That was it's a goodbye from me as well.
And I already did it, but one more time. It's a goodbye from me.
And his girlfriend.
Angela.